Oh, hello. How's it going?
Good.
Where are you leaving?
Get my headphones in.
You're leaving.
Huh?
You're leaving today?
Yeah. Well, I'm here in Yukon right now, but we're flying out into the middle of nowhere in a few hours. Have you been recording already?
Yeah, I started a while back.
Okay, that's good.
It's just my connection to all this stuff has changed dramatically since the beginning of this project. I'm just like, it means something totally different to me now. But I think that it's something internally. There's an internal barometer that is set. It's got like a homing device on it, and I'm very clearly going in a direction. And all the effort that you or I or anybody spends trying to analyze the process is just wasted energy for the most part. I think it's just about talking about it as it happens, and you know, like leaving DTP and everything was really really challenging for a number of reasons, because, you know, as a empathetic person, I hate the idea of hurting people, or, you know, everybody's got their hopes up and we've got a cool thing rolling, and then I pull the rug out, you know, similar to what I did with strapping. And, you know, I've spent a certain amount of time thinking about that and whether or not that's like a self-sabotage thing or whatever. But honestly, I think it comes down to codependence for me, and I think this is something I've been struggling with since day one. And because so much of my self-worth is invested in whether or not I have the approval of others, specifically friends or people that I care about, I find that I end up snowballing into things, and then before you know it, you're doing something. Before you know it, you've been on tour for 5 years, and the next step requires taking another step, which is going to commit you to more and more things, and what it is that I have to say, what it is that I'm trying to say, it's worth trying to get it right. And I just, you know, both strapping and DTP weren't right. They were really great, both of them, but it wasn't right. And, you know, maybe I'm deluded in thinking that there is such a thing as right. So I think a lot of what I've had to come to terms with this particular creative period is I've changed as a person from who I was 10 years ago. And all the things about my life that professionally made sense up to this point just no longer make sense. And I'm sorry, guys, but that's just how it is, and I have to pursue that, right?
But who do you feel like you have to apologize to for doing this for yourself, essentially? Like, I don't know.
Well, I think there's...
Like, obviously the band, because, I mean, that was part of their life, and then they have to make, like, a right turn in their own existence to move on to other things with something that's out of their control. So obviously there's that, but I mean, I don't know who else you really need to apologize to for.
I think the audience, in a sense. I feel like I get the impression that there's some people that would feel that the whole DTP aspect and era of what I have done was really important to them, and for me to take that away or to try and express that I felt like it was becoming disingenuous is maybe confusing to people. But herein lies the problem, you know. Herein lies the thing that I think has held me back from really becoming actualized as a person for my entire career, is that I'm so concerned about what other people think of my decisions that I second guess things that I intuitively know I should do. I mean, fortunately, I always do it. Like, even amidst the psychodrama and the should I or shouldn't I and apologies and humming and hawing, amidst all that, I always do what I know instinctively I should do, even when I don't understand why I should do it. Which brings us back to the beginning of this conversation. I feel like my whole identity as a musician and as an artist has been split. I've been stuck in duality for so long that it functions literally as two entities, and one of which is confident, calm, and determined to do exactly what it is that needs to be done. And then there's this other sort of petulant 15-year-old neurotic, anxiety-ridden kid that is panicking about everything all the time.
Oh, I'm gonna stop here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was gonna... Oh, yeah. It's a pretty big deal, like, for your fan base and everybody to see what happened after, like, you know, the post-DTP thing. Is like, well, what's gonna happen now? Because, I mean, how many years, right? And then now it's like, oh, now what's this gonna be like?
No, I appreciate that.
Like,
I appreciate that,
everybody wants it to be perfect and not just you being a crazy person and coming up with some sort of
totally
weird thing, and then be like, oh, what the fuck is this problem?
That's it. And to be perfectly honest, in the beginning of this process, I was thinking, fuck, maybe I'm just some sort of crazy person who's just going to come up with a bunch of bullshit. Like, but I think, you know,
like you're Chris Gaines or something.
That's exactly it. Oh my God, man, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I've been afraid to take my foot off the gas because I think the car is just going to stall.
You got pressure of people and stuff too.
Yeah.
The people employed and keeping crap in their mouth.
Fucking rights, man. But I held my breath and took my foot off the gas, and things are better now because number one, you're using less gas, and you know, when you're going that fucking fast, man, you don't see shit. You're like whizzing by things. So, you know, I look forward to hearing what this record is that I'm working on, man, because I haven't heard it yet. And by design, I haven't heard it because I want it to be finished and then listen to it. I'm waiting for the photo to develop. And by the time it's mixed and mastered, like all this stuff is done, I'll be able to see the photo develop, and I'm hoping that I can stand back and say, oh, wow, that is super fucking cool.
That's wicked.
Yeah, man.